I feel like tonight's borderline Wiggy must win because you lose 4 straight, then you basically have to take 2 or 3 from the Yankees over the weekend just to split the series.
Right.
They are going in the wrong direction, and there is a potential. I think we'll know the ending of this season, the regular season, based on these 4 games. Like, if they win 3 out of 4 and they have a clear, commanding lead in terms of the season series, it'd be 8-2 over the Yankees. They would have picked up a game. They would be feeling like, all right, we only have 3 games left with these guys, and they're in Fenway. We dominate in Fenway. Winning 3 out of 4 on the road would show me that they can make a run in the playoffs. If they lose 3 out of 4 or they get swept, then I think that pretty much shows it's been fake.
You think so? It's August. It's late August. They do have, when it comes to the schedule, they do have a bounce back opportunity with a couple of the remaining series here. So you think this is it, do or die here, Curtis? Eh?
Yeah, how many games do they have left at Fenway? 15? There's less than 33, maybe 32 games, something like that, remaining in the season.
Yeah.
And if they lose the series this weekend, what is everybody talking about Monday morning? The swoon just came a week late this year, but this is what Red Sox teams have done under Cora the last 4 seasons.
Right. I think Curtis is spot on about that, especially the way you looked. The way they looked in their past, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. I think they're 3-7 in their last 10 games.
Yeah.
So you're on a 3-game losing streak, and Curtis is right. If you lose this one tonight, that's 4 games, and now people are starting to go, well, maybe the beginning of August was just kind of this mirage that.
Well, wouldn't you say that they've been a streaky baseball team?
Yes.
And streakier than they have been.
Right.
Looking back at the last 3 or 4 years,
right? But they looked better at the beginning of August, and on the second half of the season, they look better this year than they looked in years past. So you felt good about that.
Perhaps at the beginning of August, if you have the bases racked 3 times in a ball game, you can advance a runner at some point and score yourself a run. That was the issue the other night, and that is the issue. And then you can't count on your bullpen at all.
Right.
It's you cannot count on them at all.
And then the thing about it is, and I think we would be looking at this series way different if they didn't lose the last 3 in a row. If they were, if their last 3 games they had won 2 out of the 3, we'd be going into this, and we wouldn't be expecting them to not win the series. We'd be the split of the series would be great. We'd be like, oh, okay, they're still playing good baseball, but because they've been struggling here of late, Curtis is right. If they don't win this series, it's going to be come Monday. It's going to be like, this was same old Red Sox.
And if there's ever been a year where the Yankees are primed for the taking, it's this one.
Right.
They've been the talk all in New York has been firing Boone. It's been. They've had the Aaron Judge injury. Their rotation got hurt with Garrett Cole before the season. You should win 3 out of 4 this weekend. You've had a better year. Your team is playing better up until recently, and I know Yankee Stadium is like a scary place for everyone, but the new Yankee Stadium doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi.
No, they're not throwing batteries at people any longer. I don't think.
If they lose
sexual things,
Curtis, if they lose this series though, and we see a downfall with the Red Sox again, though, nothing's going to change. Alex Cora is not going to get fired. They're not going you've got Craig Breslow now, and he's not going anywhere. It doesn't seem like Alex is going anywhere. So
see, I disagree with you. If they don't make the playoffs, I disagree that there is a chance Cora could get fired.
No way.
Oh, no.
No way.
I think so. That would be 4 years in a row.
Wiggy, he can't make a decision. He's not allowed to make a decision for himself. He's not even allowed, if he wants, in a baseball game, to tell a guy to tag up at third base when a ball is hit to the outfield. He's not even allowed to do that.
So if that's the case,
they're not going to blame him for anything.
So if that's the case, then if he's not allowed to do any of those things,
that decision is made going into the game by they got 5 guys downstairs at Fenway who put down the Dungeons and Dragons for 5 minutes and
5 guys for lunch
and make a decision about what the arm strength is of an outfielder and whether or not you're going to be allowed to tag up on a fly ball.
May I ask a question to the prosecutor?
Yes.
Who traded Mookie Betts to the Dodgers?
Chaim Bloom.
Was it Chaim Bloom's decision to trade Mookie to the Dodgers?
No.
Did Chaim Bloom get fired basically because of that trade?
Yes.
So this ownership group has shown a propensity to fire people even if it wasn't their fault.
Okay, but do you think it's...
Also, he let Schwarbs walk.
Right.
But that wasn't his decision.
I mean, he didn't call him back, and then he replaced him with Yoshida.
So you think Sam Kennedy was horned up to keep Schwarber?
No, they probably you're right. The organization probably didn't want to. But he could have called the guy back.
And what's the answer then, Curtis? Because then they hired a guy who's doing the same exact thing. Like
Right.
That's my point. Where it's like with Alex Cora, it seems like they give him this long extension. He's making all the money in the world. I don't see them cutting ties with him, and I don't see them cutting ties with Craig Breslow this soon.
But you don't have Wiggy's right about this. Right now, we're still happy about the Red Sox this year.
Yeah.
They've had a bumpy ride recently, but it's been a pretty good year. If what Wiggy is saying happens, they will have had a abysmal late August and September to miss the playoffs. And then you're saying all these good vibes this whole year, league-leading number of walk-off hits, the feeling of Fenway being back and loud and electric again, no longer is it overrun by opposing fans, is all gone.
Right.
And if it's any other team in Boston, the coach is absolutely on the chopping block.
Who's done more this season? The GM. He made the trade for Garrett Crochet. Then they extend Crochet. You get Bregman, even though you want to say it's Cora.
That was Cora.
You're just telling me Cora has no say. So if he's got no say, then it is.
Listen, Craig Breslow has done some good things.
Roman Anthony.
Roman Anthony, all these other players.
Decided to bring Roman Anthony up.
Right.
But then
he got him the contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And then you
fired the guy that scouted him, and he wasn't the guy that drafted him.
I will give him also Narvaez. There are some feathers in his cap.
Right. And so what has changed?
None bigger than trading Devers and getting the Giants to eat the entire contract. John Henry loves Craig Breslow.
Right.
And then they suck, too.
And then the other thing is, so what has changed this year? You made some better moves. You've brought in some players. But what has stayed the same?
We were
the
told,
struggles in August and September by the manager.
But we have been told that this team was different.
That's my point. But
the vibe was different.
But
it's a bunch of happy-go-lucky young guys,
right?
And they don't get too high. No offense, and they don't get too low,
right?
So that's what we've been told,
right? But who brought those guys in? That's where I believe when they look at Breslow, they say, okay, Breslow has done a good job for us. Curtis is right. You got rid of Devers, and you were able to have them eat all of the money. When you look at where this team has gone wrong, this would be 4 years in a row that Cora has struggled with his teams in August and September. There's no way you could say we can keep this guy, and there's no way you could tell me this guy's one of the best managers in baseball and you're paying him $7 million to fall apart 4 years in a row.
Okay, well, a very important series for the Boston Red Sox begins this evening.